when we took the seats out. Underneath the driver's seat are the RUF controls for the drivetrain, and all stamped, all original stickers, date correct, everything.
AC is ice cold.
Frosty.
Wow. And that's even, Jesus, that's like,
oh, it feels great.
Honestly, it feels awesome. The suspension and everything feels good.
These are with old tires too.
Imagine. That is like a Countach spec SVJ. How are you, sir? So here's, I would say, the first question for you to buy a Gemballa. It's sort of funny. So what sort of intrigued you to buy this, and what did you know about it, and then what did you learn about it in the process?
The Gemballa cars are very few and far between, as you know. A lot of what was done either by their Asian or their U.S. Distributor, but very few Gemballa cars exist today that were built in Germany by Gemballa at their factory, like this car was. When I saw that this car was coming up for auction, I was in Paris. I had the opportunity to inspect the car prior
Oh, really?
to the sale.
Okay, very cool.
And I bought the car. My team, we started to take the car apart and really look at it. The first big surprise was when we took the seats out. Underneath the driver's seat are the RUF controls for the drivetrain, and all stamped, all original stickers, date correct, everything. You know, oftentimes when we buy these kind of unusual cars, one clue leads to another clue, and the RUF, having looked at the part numbers and the photos of everything, says yes, these are our parts. The car just kept getting more and more interesting, and frankly, you know, from a collector standpoint, better and better. You have an original Gemballa built as one of only two cars at a reputed cost of $2 million, which would have made it, I think, the most expensive car in the world in 1997.
Yeah, right? Insane.
Now you have the drivetrain by RUF. You have a designer who's still active all these years later. Got a car that was done at the Gemballa factory with a Gemballa certificate of authenticity, with all of the service work being done by Gemballa over the years. It stands in the service book. So
wow.
I just think it tells a great story from that era, and I think, you know, very, very few other cars that were built either by Gemballa or some of the others would be documented to this extent.
Love it. Love it. Awesome, man. Cool. Let's find something else. Come on. You're the man. Thank you again, brother. I appreciate everything, and we'll catch up later this week. Okay? Awesome. All right. Yo, valets. We're like, aren't you the guy from that YouTube channel?
Really?
Yeah, they were sweet kids.
That's funny.
I was like, yeah, they're like, man, that Mercedes is so clean. I'm like, that's $1 million car. They're like, what? I think that's the coolest part about these cars is they're so understated. You could almost say that we are dedicating the next week or so to all tuner cars. But I think it's such an interesting time in our marketplace, in the world. Enthusiasts, collectors who really, really have fallen in love with these cars that for many years were considered ostentatious, silly, you know, and very, very undervalued. but I really think this is the next generation's version of coach-built cars. You know, when you think of all of these special one-off and one-of-5 cars from, you know, the 1920s and 1930s, and then you think of this really important time in the world in the 1980s and 1990s when AMG, Gemballa, Koenig, all of these brands were creating these cars that shocked the automotive community. Design, technology, I mean, performance. When you think of this period, it really changed the automotive world forever. And right now we are chasing some very, very cool cars. This is the famous Michele Alboreto AMG Hammer. We're doing the final sort of details and QC, quality control. This has been a year-long project. But this car, I would say, is almost perfect, and it's so deserving. Since we've been doing this car and finishing this car for a very passionate collector, these cars have just exploded in value. An AMG Hammer today, you could say, you know, how do you even put a value on this? All right, so I think now that we have the one and only Richard Buxbaum receptive and talking to us, I think we need to try our best to finish up a registry. My opinion is I would try to create a registry of at least the most important cars. So Hammer for North America, SEC, NA, and we can wait on SEL, but I would put wide body on the same list.
Okay.
And we know from our last conversation with Buxbaum that the rumored Sylvester Stallone car is not real.
Does not exist.
So this would put us back at really 13 cars and potentially the one car that was a single overhead cam car.
Correct, not a coupe.
So then, if we go to SEC, we know of the black missing its heads.
Yes, that car went through MV Market.
Our car.
Yep.
I'm gonna call it Pentachrome.
Are we looking for just 6-liter cars, or do you want all of them?
No, I think all of them.
Okay.
Anything that was a Westmont.
Okay.
Okay, so 13 Hammers, we believe. We're gonna go down with him. You wanna call him in like two, 3 minutes?
Yeah, we can call him 2
We have the cocaine Hammer. We have the gray Hammer, the coupe, the rumored white car, which potentially is 2 white cars.
Correct.
So that's a question. Then we've got the red divorce car. We have the red your car.
Sedan.
We have the other red coupe. We have here, it says black CE with Recaros. Historic photos show this car exists, but it's not Stallone.
Correct. So that's
So-
a question mark car.
Hello.
Hey Richard, it's Steven. How are you, sir?
Hi, Stephen. Fine.
Doing well. You're on speaker here with John Temerian, and we were filming for our YouTube channel. Do you have a few?
Hi Richard, how are you? We wanted to just try to update our registry a little bit, so I'd love to ask you a few questions. When you mentioned to us the other day that Sylvester Stallone never owned a Hammer,
No.
it put a hole in our registry.
Something else wrong, too. I looked at it this morning, oddly enough. For Fingold, first of all, Fingold's F-I-N-G. I think you have F-E-I-N, but he never had a Hammer.
Really?
No, I have pictures of it. He had the 5.4, but he had a 500 SEL.
Okay.
He
Okay.
didn't have a Hammer. He had the Hammer wagon,
Okay.
the lapis blue one, but he didn't have a Hammer sedan.
I thought that he got one of everything. That was the
Okay.
rumor that I heard.
No, he could have, and he constantly ordered cars from me, DPs. I mean, you just name it.
Wow.
He was just a car nut, and he was a really, really nice man.
Okay, so he didn't have a Hammer. He had the wagon.
I think maybe John Stafford might have had a Hammer.
John Stafford? New?
I think we built a Hammer for John Stafford.
No way.
I reached out to Borean. Do you know who Borean is?
No.
So he and I together got AMG. I mean, he was my guy over there. He put together, he was friends with Eckhart Zimmerman, got the DP deal. He and I together got the AMG deal.
Wow.
I mean, all the cars that were bought in Europe, all the gray market cars, all came through Borean.
Incredible.
He'll be a good person to talk to.
Yeah, that would be incredible. Would love whatever we can do together. That'd be incredible. And then another question. There's an old photo that Steven found, and it looks like it's a black Hammer coupe with Recaros, with chrome Aero 1s.
Yeah, I don't remember putting Recaros in any cars.
And did you ever do a black Hammer coupe?
I don't know. I can't remember.
Okay. And
I'd be surprised if I didn't.
Okay. And do you remember if you ever did you do one or two white Hammer coupes?
Just one, I believe.
Just one.
Oh, this is the famous press photo with the rollers. Yes, with the white Pentas. Yes, I remember this car.
Yeah. Where's that car now? Anybody know?
Not a clue. We're looking for that.
Wow, we just added that to our list.
Yeah, I remember
So we're really we're probably back to that number of 13 Hammers then.
I think so.
Yeah. And this would probably help us also determine an overall number of cars that with a built, with the engine. Do you remember how many total 4-cam engines you would have ordered? No. I'd love to, we're gonna make some changes. I'd love to send you a document and at your leisure, no rush, sort of just fill in notes or anything, and would really love your help to really try to build a real registry. Well, thank you again, Richard. We'll talk soon, all right?
Bye.
All right, bye. So
we have a lot to unpack right here. So other car that we added, although it was up backwards, was the red white 5.2 4-cam narrow body car that was in DC, but that's the earliest surviving 4-cam and the only 5.2 I've ever seen.
Okay. Well,
we're gonna be busy.
Very busy. All right, let's get to work. Okay, so
my next call is to Ferrari of Houston to push again on the records. It's amazing how much of a chain of events, this guy needs to talk to this.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's what's going on with that.
So we have Bugatti leaves tomorrow.
So that leaves tomorrow. We've got another car that's going to Colorado. The blue Murcielago is getting out of here.
Okay, that leaves with this.
With this,
we should start moving around cars.
I was talking to Tyler about that, but he's getting the back building set up.
Okay.
This is easy. It's only 3 cars to move. That's not that bad.
All right, and then we have this. Nandina?
Yeah.
Did they sign the Diablo SV purchase agreement yet?
Yeah.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, they're sending the wire.
Okay, so then that leaves.
We got to swap the wire.
So then this row essentially will come out, and then we'll readjust some stuff. Yeah, so super busy. Formula One week. We are chasing some really cool stuff. We've got a very interesting Testarossa there that we will talk about very soon. But Sergio will show you that car quickly. A lot moving in the showroom, and maybe, super excited to share this with you guys. Maybe, I think we have to buy this Gemballa that we were talking about earlier. One of 2 ever made. Essentially a Gemballa Extremo. The original one was actually built for Fulda tires. And essentially, and we're gonna clean up the story a little bit and dig a little bit more. A very well-off gentleman from the Middle East wanted to buy that car. They said no, they wouldn't sell it to him, and they built a second car for him at Gemballa in Germany. This is actually an original Gemballa poster, which I need to call We're very, very good friends with Mr. Gemballa's son, Mark Philip Gemballa. As you guys know, we did a video with a car that he's now created. Hey brother, I hope you're well. Would love your input to find the original photographer, your father's friend, or a friend that I guess that was a journalist. So I'd love to find the original press photos and the poster photos of that car. It should be, we'll see, should be coming to Miami very soon. Just insane car. We have to buy it. I just think it tells such an incredible story. We're chasing, let's put it this way, I got very carried away at auction. The car probably broke a record for a Koenig Testarossa at the time. When I was a young boy, my dad was servicing a Koenig, I believe it's pronounced Koenig, Testarossa for a Palm Beach client. And it was a black car, almost identical to this car. In 2021, I was at Gooding & Co. I got excited, I saw this car. What's so interesting about the car, look at this, estimate was 100 to 150. It did 221,000. I was the underbidder. I wanted to buy the car. What's so special about this car is most of these tuner cars lived a very rough life. You could see how much restoration we've done on some of these cars. This car was just an incredible example. One owner from new. It was from the Donald Weber collection, incredible Ferrari collection. All the documents from Koenig new. They did cams, they did the body, they did the wheels, they did exhaust, they did all these things. And it's an original flying mirror car, so very, very cool. And we might have the chance of buying this back. I actually want to go re-inspect it. The gentleman also has a really interesting white Countach that I was buying and I lost it. Somehow the universe has brought them back into our lives. We're gonna hit the road, I think sometime next week, and probably inspect those in person. This is basically almost done. I think it's tires.
Yeah, it already got cryo. So
The
it's tires, new fluids,
service and final drive.
AC,
Yeah, AC,
test radio.
tires. And I think, are you gonna bring it back to Prestige to do photos? You have to do that.
Yeah.
I think that's so cool. It'll sort of,
For
now that
sure.
it's sold, it'll go to its second owner. But before that, we have to capture this one owner SE30, the last US SE30. And Nandina sold that. Maybe Nandina will do the test drive. Good? We're gonna do the test drive next week. You ready?